When you enter the spiritual path, regardless of what type of path you choose, you will begin practically immediately to work at the issue of survival and letting go of the fear of death and the fear of running out of money or losing health. That is basically survival. Money and health. No matter if you began the spiritual path into Christianism or any other religion or yoga or directly into Advaita, very soon you will begin to work on this issue. The different paths, all or most of them, have been designed to help the seeker to let go of the fear of death, which is at the base of the fear of not making money or the fear of losing health. This issue of survival is intimately connected in yogic psychology with the root chakra. It is a root chakra issue by excellence. And the root chakra, in a way, is the foundation of the whole chakra system in yoga. And therefore, it impacts the state of balance or imbalance of the root chakra, impacts all the chakras above it. That's why the spiritual path immediately puts you into working at this level. In Advaita, this survival issue is also absolutely fundamental. The reason is that what you are looking for in the path of Advaita is the release, the elimination of the I thought, meaning all thoughts that are self-centered around me and I. You want, in the path of Advaita, you want to eliminate all those thoughts because they are based on an illusion, a me or an I that doesn't exist. And Advaita is about truth. Truth will make you free. Illusions like the I will make you miserable. So if you want to progress in the path of Advaita, you need to let go of self-centered thoughts. And all the issues pertaining survival bring you with great strength back into the thought of I and me. Will I be able to make enough money? Will my health be good tomorrow? Or will I get sick? Am I doing enough effort to put food on the table? Maybe I'm not. I am not. All the thoughts around survival are bringing you back into the illusion, the dream of the I. That's why also in Advaita, you need to find a solution to the issue of survival, which is not about making millions of dollars, of course. You can have very moderate resources, and still be internally free. And you can have a lot of money and be internally bound to the I thought and to worries. So how we can approach the issue of survival in the path of Advaita? Two ways. Three actually. The first one is the fundamental, is attaining awakening. Why? Because during awakening you realize that this me or I that you have been thinking about all your life up until that point is not real, is not there. When that realization happens, you connect the dots and the question arises, well, if this me, this I has never been here, there is only awareness or consciousness inside the mind-body organism, who has been in charge of the survival issue? Who has been making money? Who has been staying healthy, doing physical exercise, and eating correctly in order to have good health? Who has been doing all that? Who is the doer? And because you have realized that the me or I is not there, the answer is immediate. Consciousness has been keeping this organism alive all along. It has never been me. It was never me. It was never I who met the needs of the mind-body organism. It was always consciousness. And that brings you into a much better space. Very soon after awakening, a good chunk of the fear of death and survival goes away. The problem is that not all of it goes away, because the habit of thinking about me being the doer and the provider, the habit continues. The habit to think in those terms continues. So there is a remnant fear even after awakening, and that needs to be dealt with during the period that is called in Advaita the embodiment of awakening, bringing awakening, the truth about you, to your very bones. So that in that second phase, during the embodiment, you need to work on this issue again, to get rid of the remnants of fear. How do you do it? Two ways. One is the surrendering technique. Through the surrendering technique, every time fear arises, or the thought of I am the doer arises, you surrender that thought and you surrender the fear until one day they don't come back. That's the path of surrender. Another one is the path of inquiring. In that approach, you notice the fear arising. You know already that you are pure consciousness, and you notice that the fear is in front of you. You are looking at it. You as consciousness, you are looking at it. It's not you. It's an object in front. And then you detach yourself from that fear, from that feeling. and you inquire who is really feeling fear, well, there is fear, but no one is feeling the fear as a me. There is awareness of the fear. Yes, there is fear. Yes. There is no me feeling fear. That's, again, the fantasy of the me. That is going back to the dream of the I. That thought brings you back. I am feeling fear is a thought. You are not feeling fear. There is fear. And awareness is, so to speak, aware of the feeling. But there is no me or I feeling fear. So you have those two options. Choose whatever you want, but do the work. Don't become a new Advaitist. The new Advaitist says, who cares? There is nobody here, never was, and I'm not this mind-body organism. Let's allow this mind-body organism to feel whatever it wants. And it's a form of self-delusion, because still you need to purify the mind-body system, and the chakra system has to be purified. There are issues, according to yoga, in each one of the chakras. At the root chakra, there is the issue of survival, money and health. Well, you need to come to terms with that before and after awakening, until that is gone, and then your chakra system has become more balanced. You may still have issues in the upper chakras. You need to work on all of them. Each of these chakras have a psychological component that needs to be purified through the process of embodiment after awakening. Another way to put it is that the embodiment process is a work in each one of the chakras. Psychological work. You can also use energy approaches. That's fine. Yoga, that's the yoga of vibration, of energy. It's fine. You can use Reiki or any other energetic technique to help you balance the chakras. Absolutely. But there is psychological work to do in each one of them. The root chakra, because it's at the base of the whole chakra system, the root chakra impacts all the chakras above. It is the foundation. So all the issues pertaining survival are extremely fundamental. They are in the root chakra, and that is affecting all the chakras above. So in the embodiment process, working in the first chakra is absolutely necessary if you take the embodiment part of the path seriously, which I highly recommend it. This work in the first chakra can be also speed up using coaching sessions. If you're interested in coaching sessions, I leave you my email and my WhatsApp number at the end of the description of this video. You contact me and we make an appointment and we work. From a psychological perspective, we work on the root chakra issues, because once you solve that foundational part of the energy system, then it is easier to work in all the chakras above it. Good luck. Work on your on your first chakra. Make sure that you come to a place where there is no worries, no concerns, no thinking about survival issues. They have stopped being an issue. That's where you want to be. And that takes time. It's not so easy. Because the survival instinct is very powerful in human beings and in animals too. That's why it's not so easy. Even after awakening, those concerns, worries will revisit you. Take care.